Sorry, it's been a while, y'all. Oxford House, where I'm staying at, did a Battle of the Bands thing. I put a lot of effort into that. This is one of the things I wrote for it. So, go ahead and dive into it. Get back into recording some stuff, posting it. But it went like this. So, hi, my name is David. I'm an alcoholic. Sobriety date December 11, 2021. And this is my story, what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now. Alright, let me start this off with a short description off top, with telling you with what I'm not a badass or a thug, raised from love, but I love drugs. From the beginning to all appearances, I was winning from good grades and awards to playing skate and parents who could afford to put me in sports. Fast forward, it started with a little bit of weed, little bit of tree, back when there was KB and Red G just after elementary, then quickly turned into a drink. You'd find me on the way to the bus stop with a drink some days, but definitely an apple every day. Stoner MacGyver, so I throw the apple away. Find me with fire, had it every day. Knew it was wrong, so I'd find a way to sell it in plain sight. MTA highlight, every bag was light. Y'all know, right? That's how I met son's mother, she called me on that shit. Still drinking on the low, stealing parents' liquor, then playing Hey Miss Store. Then I got caught. First time I had to piss in a cup. Stopped smoking and just got drunk. Would skip the stage of tipsy. Then next thing I'd wake up trying to put together the pieces before another endeavor. But back to win. The mother of my children called me on the light sack. Told her I'd make it right, hoping for a nightcap. So brought some weed and a piece over. Then I turned into a rose roller. Escalated quickly to morphine and OCs via IV. Babysitting for methamphetamines and cocaine. Just an adolescent with one thing on my brain. Not saying the drugs didn't hit the same, but I was only worried about the pink. She put me through hell and, well, what can I say? I guess I fell in love with chaos. That spell always up in the tail with mine in between my legs, and my life changed due to a child on the way. Longest time I put together sobriety during the pregnancy. Then my daughter was born shortly after I mourned her death. Won't get into details of it, but I was given a gift of insight that it was a blessing in disguise. For that I thank these guys. Meanwhile, trying to be strong for the people around me. Well, mainly the one that gave me that baby that's now sitting in a grave. See, something was shady. She recognized the emotions I tried to hide. Said it'd be alright to drink for a night. Got a DUI, want a mini, but this one really hit me in the midst of taking sips. Not in my stomach, grip and clench. Something wasn't right, which is why I drove that night. Turns out daughter wasn't mine genetically, but my mind will forever tell me genes don't define lifetime. But anyways, shortly after that disaster, we split. Not my decision, and my mission became drinking away my shame. I was that lame that make drunk calls, even though I'd say I was done. In the midst of fun, she'd answer I'd run. More DUIs to come, and a son. Got a paternity test, hoping and wishing I got a glimpse of that family I felt I was missing. Home test came back inconclusive, which box said 99% chance it meant negative. So ran with it and missed first couple years with him. He started to look like me. Other guy was nowhere to see. So a father I would be. Mother struggling, juggling another pregnancy. That definitely wasn't me. This is just a brief description, so a lot of the story is missing. But let me get in a couple more key components. Dope would avoid those moments where I black out. Then I found out how the dark felt. Whole other spell I used just to feel well after an OD and lack of money. In a home detox, it ended me in a coma. You'd think that'd be enough, but thought the problem was drugs, not weed or a drink. So did some testing, had to get a condenser. It says it in how it works. Had to let go of old ideas, absolutely, or the result was nil. Y'all know the deal. Have measures of build, nothing, and I still thought I was running the show. And in case you didn't know, I don't, so I won't boast, because I know how that goes. Doing best I can, scared to death to detox again. Then one day on lunch break I couldn't hit, so told boss I was gonna be a bit late because I had to shit and stomach was bubbling. But really I was struggling with no tent. And then knock on my window, guess who it is? Did you guess right? Well you did if you guessed that I left in handcuffs. That detox was rough, thought I was gonna be released. All I could think was the journey that I would make to get what I need. But I believe got to use my celly as a piece to plant a seed. He used to buy what I was selling, then without trying he sold me on my insanity. He claimed he knew if he didn't choose to do something different, he'd lose his freedom and privilege to be a father to his son. He said he's done. Man, looking back, I can see the inches and seconds. Pieces God used on this 4D chessboard, from that celly to the off-duty cop who called his boys to check on me, even though I wasn't happy about that originally, of course. And then what my celly said didn't click right away, but when it did, there was a book in there with the third step prayer in it. I wrote that prayer on the wall, started memorizing it, after I realized I wasn't getting out as quick as I thought I was. Inches and seconds. Then after my coma, an old friend giving me my sponsor's number, I was reluctantly willing sitting in meetings. And then I heard, if you aren't sure if you're an alcoholic, tried some controlled drinking. Try it more than once. So I heard that and said, challenge accepted. I'm grateful for that. It made me completely convinced and more than willing this time. Anyways, after my convincer, this is what led me to David L. Moss for hopefully the last time. Now, I remember my dad drove to a bail bondsman twice and said he got to the parking lot and decided not to bail me out. My bail was $500 without a bondsman. Well, no one would co-sign for me, but they were willing to put money on my books, which amounted to my bond. Still crazy to me. If he did co-sign, I don't know where I would have been. Probably not surrendered and where I am today. I'm grateful for that as well, even though I was mad at that at the time. I really believe my problems are a blessing in disguise. But anyway, got out the 27th of December after spending Christmas in David L. Moss. Got out, interviewed at an Oxford house. Well, first one didn't answer, second one, they were going to couch me and I didn't have a good feeling about it. Mainly because my truck was in impound and wasn't sure if I was going to get it out. And there was no place to get a job. Heck, buses didn't even run out there. So I decided to check another one out, went to Oxford House, Tulsa. Not everyone was there either, so got couched, and after the interview, or partial interview, since not everybody was there, the president asked what my home group was. I told him going to any links. He said, no way, I'm going there right now, want to go? I can't tell it all, man. I was not thinking about a meeting at all. God's been aligning pieces to get me here, and here I am, right where I'm supposed to be. Due to inches and seconds. We got one more I wrote for this. Getting posted right after this. It's called Silliness.